Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Today we're gonna continue decorating our Valentine's mini album. I'm gonna show you how to decorate the inside pages the super easy way. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to continue decorating our Valentine's Day book. I'm going to show you how to decorate the pages the fast and easy way. So when I designed this book, I had in mind the process of adding paper because that is the one thing that usually takes me the longest to do on a mini album. I love doing the construction, but then adding the paper for some reason takes forever. So I designed this book so that process will be super quick and easy. So I do have a tutorial on how we created this book. I'm gonna have that link on the description box below. And so now we're going to go ahead and decorate. So the first thing that we are going to do is add the magnet. So as you can see, these pages have a side A and a side B. So by the way, this tutorial was called the double pocket mini album tutorial, so you can find it like that as well. So on our center, our base page is basically a little bit different than other ones we've done, and this page has a pocket here and a pocket here, and then each one of the layouts on the front side opens like that, and on the back side it opens like this, and they repeat. And again, I did it this way, that way we can just do, basically we only need 3 different cut sizes for your design paper and just gluing, and we're good to go. So the first thing we're gonna do is add the magnet. So on this side we can add a magnet here, and then for this other page we can add a magnet on the bottom. So we're gonna go ahead and do that first for all of the pages. So I'm going to be using my 10 by 1 magnets, and I do have all of my magnets that I use linked on my Amazon store. So I'm gonna have the link to my Amazon store below, and then you'll find the magnets there. So these are the 10 by 1 millimeter magnets, and I use this one because they're flats and they hold really good without creating any bulk to your page. Now, because this is heavyweight cardstock and the paper that I'm using, which is the Little Birdie Crafts True Love, it's also heavyweight. It's a very strong paper. So I'm going to use 2 sets of magnets instead of 1 for each one of my pages. So I'm going to just use my double-sided tape. So I'm going to add 1 magnet here, and then I'm going to do the other magnets right up here. And these magnets are super cheap. You get 200 for I think $11 or something like that. And so yeah, so you have a lot of magnets to spare. And then I'm going to add the other tape here on the other side of the magnet, and we're going to hold the tape now with the sticky side up, and you're gonna place the magnet the same way that holds that same side, okay? And then same thing with this one. We're gonna put that right there, and then we're just simply going to close the page, and we're gonna wrap the sides of the tape until we see the magnets here on this side. So now for this side, I'm only going to use 1 set of magnets because the position that this opens up, the weight of the page is gonna keep that magnet closed. So you don't really need 2 magnets on that section. So for that one, I'm just going to use 1 set, and we are going to do 1 on this side. And notice that I always keep it about 3/4 inches away from the edge. Okay, that way we can glue our page in there with no problem. And then I'm going to do the same here with the sticky side up, place it again, and then we're going to close and just hold the sides, and then we're going to open that up. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the same for all the pages. Okay, so now that we have all of our magnets added, we are going to start cutting our paper. So I'm going to first cut 2 pieces that are going to be my inside covers. So those 2 pieces are going to be 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. And I'm going to use these 2 designs. So here are my 2 pieces, and I'm going to use this one here on the front. I'm just going to simply glue these down. If you want to add a closure to this book, like ribbon or something like that, you can use seam binding. You want to glue it here before you add this piece, but I'm not going to be using any closure. I think the book is going to be fine without it. Okay, so we're just going to glue that one here, and we're going to glue the one on the back. Okay, so now we're going to work on the pages. So for this set of pages, I am going to cut 8 pieces of 7 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so here I have all of my pieces. I actually cut 16, that way we have enough to do the back and the front. So now I'm just going to select the pieces here, and so this one goes with that and this goes with that, so it's really easy to match. And so what I'm going to do is add the design on the front, and then the other side will be on the back like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue all of these pieces now. Okay, so now we have the insides and the outside of these side flaps. We're going to now work on these up and down flaps, and these pieces are going to be cut at 5 1/4 by 6 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 6 by 6 papers, and I am just going to trim these ones out a little bit because these are 6, so we need to trim this to 5 1/4. Let me just get one out here. So this will be trimmed just a little bit here on the side, and then we will need a little bit of leftover, you know, like a complement here. So what you can do is use this little section that we're trimming off down here. So I'm just going to cut these pieces. Okay, so now for the inside of the center of each one of the pages, we are going to need 8 pieces of 6 inches by 7 1/4. So I went ahead and selected these 4 pieces. So for this one, you just want neutral backgrounds like this. So I am going to cut these pieces. So here I have my 8 pieces, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue them on the inside of each page. So now what we're gonna do is just use our scrap pieces, and we are going to add a little section on each side of our pockets here. So I'm going to split each one of these in 2. So these pieces are about 1 1/4 by 7 1/4. So we're just gonna glue these little sections inside. Make sure that you have enough to go a little bit inside the pockets like this. All right, so now we're done covering all of our pages, and what I'm going to do now is work on the inserts that are going to go on both sides of the pockets. So for that, I am going to use these 2 page designs that I have left over, and then we're also going to work with all of our scrap pieces as well. So I'm going to use 4 pieces of 7 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then I'm going to cut my design paper at 7 by 6. And then I'm going to save my scrap pieces, and we are going to glue this down. So here I have my 4 pieces, and then what I'm going to do is use these small little flowers, and I'm going to add just a pretty edge on the side. So I'm just going to open this up, get the flowers out. So these ones that I'm using are called beaded micro petals cherry, and so that's the one more up here. Let's see if I can get it out. And then you can also use, there's this other one that's slightly bigger. These ones are called pearl florets cherry, and you get 80 pieces on that one. So 60 pieces on this one, I think, and 80 on the other one. Yes. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac glue, and I'm just gonna do one line. Okay, so there you go. I'm just gonna let these ones dry for a little bit before I put them into the book. And I just love how that turned out with a pretty flower edge. Okay, so let's put this on the side. And then what we're gonna do, the last step, is to add some final little details in here. So I'm going to be using these punch outs, and then we also have this piece here, so I'm gonna cut these out. And then we have the ephemera little pieces, so you can fussy cut around these images as well. So I have all of my pieces here. I always like to see what I have as I'm decorating. Also, I have some flowers. I'm going to be using the smaller flowers for the inside pages. So I have these 3 and maybe even these ones as well. So I'm gonna put those here on the side. And then I also have these stickers that said, you know, it has beautiful love sentiments as well. So I might use some of these. So I'm just going to speed up the process and do a quick final touches. So the final thing that we are gonna do for our book is add some little details, and so I'm going to be using the cut aparts and these little punch outs as well, and then some flowers, and I do have these little set of stickers as well. And so yeah, so I'm just going to be decorating the pages. And there you go. So now we're done decorating our book, and I'm just going to add the inserts on the pages. And then for the back pockets, I'm just going to use my scrap pieces here and create some smaller photo mat areas like that. So there you go. I hope that you guys enjoy decorating this book with me. I'll be back with a final walkthrough of the book more in detail. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.